Why Tiger King is so popular. Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem and Madness is the miniseries everyone is talking about right now. Per the internal daily rankings of Netflix, the show has been number 1 in the United States for many days, and it's the most popular TV show right now on Rotten Tomatoes. But why is that? What makes that show so popular? Let's look into that. There are more tigers in American backyards than there are left in the wild. This is the story around that fact where we see really weird stuff. Tiger King tells the stories of the zookeeper Joe Exotic and other private zoo owners who have hundreds of wildcats. According to Nielsen ratings, it was watched by 34.3 million people over its first 10 days of release, ranking as one of the most successful releases of the platform to date. But that number isn't the reason that Tiger King is so popular. It's the complicated and bizarre story of the people in it who are swingers, hot nanny employers, cult-like meeting organizers, and straight husbands that married the same guy. There are tons of memes about the show, but in case you don't know what that's about, Tiger King is outlining the crazy story of Joseph Schrebvogel, a flamboyant Oklahoma-based zookeeper who is known as Joe Exotic, ends up in a federal prison after an attempted murder-for-hire scheme of Carole Baskin. The documentary is about the private zoo owners and their breeding stories of wildcats. You can buy tours for these zoos and pet cups, and you can even share on your social media accounts. Every episode of the show mesmerizes with weird relations and crazy actions. For example, Joe Exotic has 2 husbands who then turn out straight. That's what the show claims though. The correct word for that must be bisexual, I guess. Anyway, we know Travis kills himself and John Finlay has a daughter who is almost 5 years old right now. Story unfolds with very eccentric details and incidents. After a fire in the office, every evidence, videotapes and documents vanish. We don't know who lit the fire, but everyone thinks it was Joe himself. Of course, being the Tiger King doesn't stop Joe Exotic. He wants to be the governor and starts a campaign, but things go different and he loses the election. Carole Baskin, on the other hand, is a different story. She has a similar zoo but claims she is doing it to protect the cats and lets volunteers do the job for her. She accuses Joe Exotic of animal abuse, and Joe accuses her of killing the late husband and feeding him to tigers. Crazy, right? Her husband and she felt betrayed by filmmakers, stating she was told the discussion of Joe Exotic and her missing husband were just for context. In a post on the Big Cat Rescue website, Baskin said that the show has a segment in the 3rd episode devoted to suggesting with lies and innuendos from people who are not credible that I had a role in the disappearance of my husband done 21 years ago, and that this series presents this without any regard for the truth. Speaking of betrayal, in a special episode called Tiger King and I, hosted by Joel McHale, everyone has issues about how they were portrayed. No one is happy about the results. Tiger King's eccentric nature, weird characters and crazy events make the show so popular and worth talking about. That's why we saw tons of memes, millions of interactions around it. Even Trump is considering pardoning Joe Exotic. Thanks for watching everyone. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications for American Salad. Cheers!